Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we got another video for you here. I got with me a 2017 Nissan Rogue. Today I'm going to show you how you can change the CVT transmission fluid on this vehicle. 2017 Nissan Rogue. Alright guys, so before we get started on this vehicle, I'm just gonna quickly answer one of the most common asked questions is basically how often or how do I know when I need to change my CVT transmission oil. And it's pretty simple. The answer is basically at your fingertips, and if you look into your glove box there, you will find your owner's manual along with other books, including for navigation, and also this one here. This is the owner's manual and maintenance information booklet. Very important. If you ever have time, good idea to just read through this book, because there's a lot of very important information in this booklet. This booklet answers is how often should you do this particular maintenance, for example. And what we're gonna do here is you're gonna pull this book out, and I've already marked the spot. If you go into section 9, you have the maintenance and schedules, and it'll tell you a lot of great information here. Everything from your drive belts, your air cleaner, filter, the evap line, fuel line, all these things, brakes, spark plugs, engine oil. And on one of the pages here you will see this one in particular, and if we look closely right there, that's the CVT fluid. And if you look across up here, it will tell you exactly how often you need to be doing this. Now it says at the 16,000 kilometer mark or the 10,000 mile mark, the CVT fluid should be inspected. That's an I, and I, the abbreviation for it, inspect and correct, or replace as necessary. Now, one of the main problems with this particular vehicle is that when you go to inspect your transmission fluid, this car is not equipped with a dipstick. Now, there is a tool that you can buy from the dealer, and you kind of got to know how to use it. There's special charts for it, but I can get into that later on. But for now, what we are looking at here is, once again, after 16,000 kilometers or 10,000 miles, you should have the CVT inspected again at 32. So every 16,000 kilometers or 10,000 miles is asking you to inspect it. At no time does it refer to you to replace it. But also here, you see note 1. If we go into the notes section here, it basically states that if towing a trailer, using a camper or a car top carrier, or driving on rough or muddy roads, inspect CVT fluid deterioration at Nissan dealers every 60,000 miles or 96,000 kilometers. Then change the CVT fluid if necessary, and if the inspection is not performed, change, not just inspect, CVT fluid every 60,000 or 96,000 kilometers. 60,000 miles or 96,000 kilometers. So that's what they're telling you to change it at. And if we look in this particular vehicle here, and we will see quickly that this vehicle has 134,252, so well above the interval for the CVT fluid to be changed. I've asked the customer already if they've ever done it, and they've owned this vehicle since new, and the answer was quickly no. So that's what we'll be working on today. I hope you enjoy this video, and if it's helpful and informative for you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, I just want to give a shout out to all my subscribers. I thank you very much. I've reached my 300 threshold, and again, if you find this video helpful, help me reach 1,000 subscribers. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, guys, so first things first, I don't care what anybody says, do not use anything other than the original Nissan CVT fluid. And this particular vehicle is Nissan NS3. Okay, I know there's a lot of aftermarket stuff out there that people say, you know, is equivalent to this, but trust me, don't take that chance. Just go with the original stuff. I got this this morning, and they're, depending on where you live and you know what part of the country you're in, these range anywhere from $20 to $25 per liter. Okay, these are 1 liters, and you will need just over 4. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure exactly what we take out and just replace what we took out. This particular vehicle is not that old. I've already checked it for leaks. There's definitely no leaks around the oil pan or the CV axle seals or anything like that. So the odds of us losing transmission fluid is very unlikely. So we're gonna drain the fluid, we're gonna measure it, and we're gonna add exactly what we took out. So I grabbed 5 liters just in case, and we're gonna go from there. All right, guys, so here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna use a hoist today. We're gonna leave this on the ground like that. There's Buddy Max. So basically you want to jack up and support the passenger or the driver's side of your vehicle, because the transmission's on this side. All you'll need is a little bucket and a 19mm socket with a short extension, and make sure your bucket is not too deep. Something like that is good enough, because what we're gonna do once we open the drain plug is we're gonna remove the jack and the hoist, or the jack there, so that the vehicle becomes level again. We don't want it to be up on one side like that. Also, if you're wondering where the refill bolt is, it's right here. This is the cap for the charge pipe, and this is where you would refill the transmission. In order to open this, you basically slide a screwdriver right in this slot here, pop it towards the firewall, and then you can pull it out. Now it also has an O-ring which may become dry over time, so make sure that you lubricate this before you put it back on. And again, with that special tool, again, as you see here, there is no dipstick. It's just a cover, and you can see the charge pipe right there, hopefully. It's kind of dark right here. You can grab a light. There you go, it should be a lot better. So this is the charge pipe right there, and that's the cap for it. All right, so we're gonna leave this cap to the side here. This may help us drain the fluid a little bit faster. All right, guys, so here we are under the driver's side, underneath the vehicle. And as you can see, this is the transmission oil pan, and this is the bolt that we're going after. This is a 19mm socket. So what you want to do is go ahead and grab your socket, put it in the off position, and just crack that loose. It is on there kind of tight. Once you got it loosened up, grab your drain pan, put it underneath, and you can remove this by hand. Just allow that to drain. I am going to take a small sample of it just so I can show you what the new and the old looks like. Again, you don't even need to lift this vehicle that high. Right now the front wheel is still touching the ground, so you could definitely do this at home, no problems. Just make sure that you support the vehicle and it's secure and it's on level ground. So this is the sample I'm taking out of this. Although coming out of the transmission oil pan there, it does look like it's not that dirty at all, but looks totally different when it's in the cup. Alright, so that's a good enough sample for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the vehicle so that it's level and just give it a bit more time so it could drain properly. Alright guys, so one more thing, on your drain plug, just make sure you clean it up nice. You can use some brake cleaner for that. And also there is a copper O-ring that you should remove and replace. Always change that O-ring. It's usually in rough shape. If you don't change it, there's a slight possibility that you will leak through the drain bolt. Okay, so we've given the vehicle enough time to drain out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull the pan out and we're going to measure exactly how much fluid came out of this vehicle. Alright guys, so here we go. We emptied out the contents of the drain pan there, and I just want to show you exactly how many liters we got there. If you can see that clearly, we got exactly 3.5 liters, just above 3.7 or 3.7 quarts, 3.8 quarts or so right there. So this is the exact amount we're going to add back into the transmission, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so once you got your drain plug back in place and you refilled your CVT fluid, there's another procedure I'm going to show you in a moment, but right now I just wanted to show you the sample that I took when I was draining the transmission fluid from this vehicle. And I assure you, this is not iced coffee or anything like that. This is directly from the transmission. Okay, you can see at about 130,000 kilometers or so just how dirty that oil is. And this is the sample from the brand new fluids, and as you can see, it's nice and blue. It's got a green blue tint to it. All right, so hope you can see that well. And that's the difference right there. That's why it's very important to stay on top of the maintenance. Alright guys, so just seeing the condition of the oil that came out of the transmission, I'm going to strongly recommend this customer drive the vehicle for a little while, maybe a week or so, and come back and do it one more time. You can see clearly that just how degraded this oil is. It's very, very dirty. I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments regarding the procedure for this service, but this is the way I prefer to do it. This is the way I do it on Hondas. It's called a drain and refill. It's the best way. There are other ways to do it, where you actually do a flush, where you hook up a machine and just siphon out a lot of the oil. So basically today we didn't drain all the oil out of this transmission. We probably did just under 2/3 of it, if anything. So I would strongly recommend for this customer, or if your condition of your oil is something very similar to that, to do this more than once, and do it in the exact same way. This is my recommendation. Again, this is called the drain and refill. I don't recommend the other ways, but there are other places where they would recommend that for you. This is just the safest way to do it. So other than that, I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative, and if it was, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more great videos like this. Thank you and have a great day. Alright guys, so this is the special tool to check the CVT level. That's the part number there from the dealership, and it applies to these vehicles. And as you can see there's a blue part and a red part, and there's a special way of using this. So you'll see here, as you can see on the blue part here, the level starts there, and on the red part it would go there. So depending on the make and model of your vehicle, on this table A, you will see the readings that you will need to get. So today we did the Nissan Rogue. We would need the level to be between 41 and 51 millimeters using the blue side of the handle, on the blue side here, and making sure that it's between 44 and 51 millimeters, and that's how you get the correct reading. And also, to get the correct reading, you have to get the vehicle to normal operating temperature, and they're recommending the temperature range on number 2 here. And this is all under the website underhoodservice.com/Nissan Tech Tip CVT fluid level check. So you can go over to that website and you will see the exact procedure for this. Alright guys, so once you got the transmission oil back into place with the correct amount, what you want to do next is go ahead and start the vehicle. And I'm going to make this short and sweet here. Let the vehicle run to normal operating temperature, which means when you see your engine temperature there, you want to get it to where it normally idles, and let that idle for another good 5 minutes. And after you've done that, what you want to do is put the vehicle in reverse for 5 seconds, neutral for 5 seconds, and again with your foot on the brake, drive for 5 seconds, and then you want to work your way back up into the park position, each time leaving the gear selector in that gear for at least 5 seconds. This way it'll allow the oil to circulate through the gears. Once you have that, take it out for a test drive, make sure everything's okay, and park it in a nice dry spot, and just look underneath your vehicle in a few hours. Just make sure there's nothing leaking. And if all is well, then you're on your way. You've done a transmission drain and fill on your Nissan Rogue 2017 or other model years. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And have a great day.